Dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
What happened?
Well, a variety of things happened, but what the chalk slogan is about is that the Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston, which is sort of the head office of the Unitarian Universalist religious community in North America, hired Stikeman Elliott, barristers and solicitors litigation lawyer, to accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel for allegedly, and I do say allegedly, and these are exact words from the letter, making unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. So he's accusing me of making false and vicious accusations about Unitarian Universalist ministers being pedophiles and rapists. In fact, I had blogged about 2 cases of rape where the individuals in question had actually been convicted and sentenced to jail terms. So there's nothing the least bit unfounded about what I said. What's interesting too is that even if I was actually doing what he said, making false accusations about pedophilia and rape, it would not actually constitute blasphemous libel. It might constitute ordinary libel, but it wouldn't constitute the criminal act of blasphemous libel, which is blaspheming against the Unitarian Universalist religion. The only circumstance under which I could be guilty of blasphemous libel for blogging about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists in a disparaging manner is if pedophilia and rape were held sacred by Unitarian Universalists. And I don't think that's the case yet. So that's what that issue is. That's recent. This sign is about Sue Montgomery, who, besides being the Gazette's former justice reporter, is also a member of this church, or at least was until recently. As far back as 2012, I told Sue Montgomery what I just told you, and said, you know, in your capacity as a justice reporter, I think you should report this story. Of course she didn't. And then, as you may know, in late 2014, she came out with this Being Raped Never Reported hashtag campaign, which is all about, you know, why people don't report rape and so on. So obviously from my standpoint, she's quite hypocritical in that, you know, on the one hand, she's coming out as the great champion of rape victims and so on. But on the other hand, she refuses to report, you know, anything to do with this, you know, in the Gazette. And on top of that, I have reasonable grounds to believe that with her influence within the Gazette and even the greater, you know, Montreal media community, that she's helped to suppress the story. So
thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for yours. Alrighty, so just had a little chat with the young woman there at the bike who wanted to know what the thing was about, so I gave her a monologue. I could have you know, given a pause or two, give her a chance to ask a question or two more, but she didn't seem to be all that keen on asking questions. So on that note, I think we're going to wrap up this clip, keep it short and not so sweet. So it is Sunday, the 21st of, or is it the 22nd? Anyway, it's the penultimate Sunday in August of 2014, and I am just starting up my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I just put down this chalk slogan, which says, "Atheist Unitarians misuse Canada's blasphemy law to cover up pedophilia and rape." Entirely truthful statement, based on the fact that the leaders of the Unitarian Universalist Association, who are most responsible for hiring Stikeman Elliott, barristers and solicitors litigation lawyer, Maitre Marc-André Coulombe, to falsely accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel in Bill Cosby-style legal bullying that's clearly intended to intimidate me into removing blog posts that tell the truth about certain Unitarian Universalists who engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, are atheists. UUA President Reverend Dr. Peter Morales is an atheist, there's really no question about that. And also retired UUA Executive Vice President Kay Montgomery, who, to the best of my knowledge, is not a relation of Sue Montgomery, but who knows, you know, maybe Kay Montgomery is in fact related to Sue Montgomery. That might explain a bit why Sue Montgomery is so reticent to report the story, because, you know, maybe a relative's actually responsible for this mess. So anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap up this little segment. As I said, I want to keep it reasonably short, but I added a bit more information just to let people know what's what. So I'm trying to remember the exact date here. Yeah, I think it's the 22nd or 23rd. I just can't remember at the top of my head if it's the 22nd or 23rd of August. Sunday, 2015. That's it.